guys, I'm Chris from Human Torque Training. In this video I'm going to teach you how to do the wrist roll. Now there are many different ways to do the wrist roll. I'm going to show you how to do it from starting in order position and finishing order position, but it's an awesome exercise like for in the future to be able to connect with other exercises and do combos and flows and just keep your club swinging fun. So I'll just show you a couple of reps first. Okay, so front on. Show you from the side. Cool. Now, I'll show you slow motion how I do it with a stick. Now, always when learning a new exercise or a combo or a flow, I'll always start with a stick. Okay, same reason that Olympic weightlifters will start learning their movements and their lifts with a broomstick. Just to loosen yourself up, make sure you have that mobility, and also to kind of tune in your brain what's going to be happening in the exercise. You can kind of imagine where the weight is going to be hitting you. Okay, so starting in order position, show you from side on. Same thing as all other club exercises. You want to lift your chest and rib cage, soft knees, head and neck will slightly go back. If you've got an anterior pelvic tilt, you want a slight posterior pelvic tilt. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to start, so I've got the 90 degree angle here. I'm going to start by doing like a bicep curl. Okay, so my elbow is staying still. Now, as I lift up the club like this, I'm going to be tipping it forward. Okay, now at this point the club's going to start to drop. Okay, you don't want to just tip it forward from a 90 degree angle, because if you do that you're going to have nowhere to go. So what I'm doing is I'm lifting the club and tipping it forward. Now as it starts to drop, you're going to be driving your elbow across your body like this. Okay, now the whole time during this exercise I'm keeping a closed grip on the club. Okay, I'm not opening up my club. Now if you don't have enough mobility in your shoulder to be able to do this, to keep the club hanging straight down, so staying in this sagittal plane, not coming off to the sides, so you can see I can keep a closed grip on the club with my elbow across here. This is external rotation of your shoulder. So if you're limiting that movement because you sit at a computer for hours or for whatever reason, you're not going to be able to get your elbow across, so you're going to be here, and you notice when I'm here, the club's now hanging down at an angle. Okay, so if you don't have that mobility, first thing you really want to work on that mobility. Okay, so your mobility exercises, strengthening external rotation. First half of the reverse parry cast is going to be a really good exercise for you. You can open up your grip. Okay, now like I said, I'd rather you work on your shoulder mobility first, because keeping a full grip on the club gives you more control to be able to go from the wrist roll to other movements. Okay, so but if not, for the meantime, you can open up your grip. Now how you do it is, this is the part where it's going to be really affecting you. I'll open it up by, I'll keep the club in that part of my hand, but I'm not gripping it like that. Okay, so I'm opening up all of my fingers like this, and I'm getting that kind of action. Okay, now you'll notice when I open up my grip like that, I don't have to get my elbow as far across my body to keep the club straight, because if you keep a full grip and you can't get your elbow across and you drop it and it's hanging out like this, that's going to put a lot of extra pressure in your wrist, which you don't want. With these club exercises, we're trying to make them easy. We're trying to do them fluidly. Okay, is that a word? So driving my elbow across my body. Okay, now at this point, this is where the weight is gonna hit you. Okay, and I've said before in other videos, this is a really safe position for your shoulder to be in. Okay, so the weight now is going to be pulling you this way. It's going to be pulling in this direction. Okay, so from this point, I'm almost doing like an arm cast. Obviously my arm's not coming all the way back here, but I'm pulling back down here into order position. Okay, so it's pulling me back and pulling back down like this. It's pulling me back and pulling back down like this. Okay, so yeah, start out light with it. Like I said, practice with a stick. Always, days that I'm not swinging clubs, always do all my mobility work with a stick for the reason to keep myself loose and mobile, but also to kind of train those movements in my brain. And it's when you start doing all different kinds of movements with a stick, it's a more fun way to keep your mobility and your flexibility than just, you know, just doing circles. Okay, so yeah, start light, higher reps before moving onto heavier weights. It is more stress on your wrist, and it's something that you just have to build up over time. So yeah, take it easy and increase the weight intelligently.